Good morning. Hope you're doing really well. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm in the county of Rutland today to see, this glorious windmill. And stay with me, enjoy your history lesson, and I'll see you on the other side. Wow, isn't it so cool? Located in Ketton in the county of Rutland lies a windmill that wouldn't look out of place as a picture on a postcard. Built in around the early 18th century, this type of windmill would have been a tower mill designed to mill grain into flour. This particular mill is 4 stories high on a plinth with 2 door and 2 window openings to the ground floor and window openings to the south, west and east at the first floor level, and to the south and north at the second and third floor levels, all beneath timber lintels, but no internal floors or machinery remain. Either way, this windmill is a great reminder of this village's rich rural past. Hello and welcome back. Isn't this just beautiful? I'm off to see another one today as well, so depending on whatever order these come out in, you might see this one first, but you might see another one instead, so who knows. It's really what they symbolise, isn't it? It symbolises agriculture. It symbolises an industry which is still in parts around, but it's mostly long forgotten. I'm sure some of you who are a younger generation might have only been to museums or sort of probably just museums or heritage centres where they sort of talk about these types of things, but to actually visit one that's abandoned for all intents and purposes is incredible, and to see it in even better condition is actually quite surprising. Now I can see a bit of graffiti in there, haven't gone in just yet, but it's this landscape that it just surrounds, which is so beautiful. Again, it's quite a misty day today. You can hear the rumble of traffic over there, but in these dips and troughs in these valleys and the sort of houses that sort of peek over. Incredible, really. And this glorious structure just stands here as a surviving testament, like I said, to farming and rural agriculture. Absolutely brilliant. But more importantly, let's go inside. Come on. So here we are inside, and obviously the acoustics rattling round. Because of its abandoned state, it's just a hollow husk, isn't it? So it's going to just sort of bounce this sound around crazy. Perfect for an acoustic gig or something like that. It'd be quite nice, actually. You can imagine someone playing in the middle. Eye wink wink if you ever want any ideas, people who are associated with this building. People can just have a look around. Oh, wow. I mean, obviously, yeah, you've got your graffiti, and the thing, more than anything that annoys me, is the glass that is on the floor, which I really don't like. The problem is for that is that I've always said it's twofold, is that, you know, animals have to walk across the area, and if they cut their foot, well, that could be devastating for them. And obviously for all of us lot, you know, if we're not wearing the protective footwear, bit of glass will jab right inside your foot, not nice, is it? But on a positive note, let's look at the positives. You can see the 3 floors really clearly. And what's amazing is that you can still see some of the original wooden beams that have gone across. Just sort of the remainder of them. Some of them are still lodged in there. But isn't this just beautiful? It could be a folly for all intents and purposes, couldn't it? you know, because of the way that it looks, it's designed, but we know that it's way more than that. Looking out onto this incredible bit of farming, agriculture, it's spectacular really. And even though it might not be the brightest of days, even though it's not the warmest of days, in fact, something still magical about coming into a place like this and experiencing this wonderful structure. Really is something else. Look at that. Isn't nature wonderful with its little spider's webs on the corner? And there you've got this wooden shelf where the door, or one of the doors, would have been, because as you can see I walked through another one there. Can you imagine at one point how incredible, how busy, how vibrant this whole area would have been because of it? And the fact that the farmland is still here, you know, it's not built upon is what I'm trying to say. It still reminds you of that rural landscape. Absolutely brilliant. The colours, the sandy colours as well, are just spectacular. You might not come out in the camera, but it's this sort of mustardy yellow that comes out, and then you can see where the water trickles down and it turns some of it green for erosion, and it, oh, just magical. Really is something spectacular. Should we take another look outside? Oh wow, if you just walk in the middle, all of a sudden the acoustics just totally change. Should we look outside? Should we do that one more time? That's pretty cool, isn't it? Cool. So for all you nature lovers, yes, I did avoid the spider's web. Coming out of here, it's still there intact. Still there, don't worry, we're all good. But let's have a look out. Let's properly have a look around. I love it. I love this so much. You can see where the sort of concrete is worn away, and then it reveals the bricks, or the slabs really, I suppose, of stone that reveal itself within this. And you can see the base of the structure. Just brilliant. Really brilliant. And then looking inside. Always like the idea of when you look inside something, it almost feels like you feel really nosy, don't you? You're like, oh, just looking for a window, even though you know there's nothing there. You get that sense, don't you? Wow. Some of you might not be that interested in it, but as I've always said, historical structures are historical structures, no matter what context you put them in. You know, to some of you this might be really boring, just as much as a tunnel might be boring, just as much as a pillbox or an RSC post or a bunker. But for me, all of this history, the acoustic change, all of this history just represents a long forgotten past, and hopefully a reminder of that as well. Oh, just walking out now. And again, look at this. The sun's desperately trying to bite its way through the mist and the fog now. If you can sort of see, it's coming through there. It's illuminating the landscape a bit better now. But wow, what a place. What a place. It's just the small things that you see. Like I said, you know, you see the individual sort of levels that are there. You see the fact of obviously the wooden beams that go across to frame the I suppose really windows, aren't they really? You know, and you can imagine at one point what was standing on top of that as well. It's just remarkable really. And it's I don't think you really get the scope of how big these sites are really. Incredible. In Kent, in East Sussex, I've actually done a video on that, and if one of you wants to find the link to that and put it in the comment section below, I'd be really grateful. But I did do an abandoned mill before in Kent. It's the one that I knew about well, for years and years, because we used to drive through it on the way to Hastings. But to see one in Rutland, of all places, in the, you know, it's just worth it. The drive was so worth it. Obviously, I'm doing a few more places today, but even this on its own is so worth it. And the history that's associated with it, the attempted preservation and conservation that this goes into. So yeah, there we go. I think we had a nice look inside, didn't we? We had a look in. We looked at the different levels. Yeah, what more can you ask? Any more words of Phoenix history? Thank you so much for coming along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed this wonderful little video. Stay safe no matter what you're doing, and I'll see y'all very soon. And because history matters, really does, doesn't it? Not going to be able to get this one in a hurry. Take care, everybody. Kapow. See you later.